We're delighted to be in conversation with Union Power Minister Mr. RK Singh, who's here at the World Economic Forum in Davos. He's part of the India contingent, the group of union ministers who are here. Thank you very much for talking to Moneycontrol, sir. As we were discussing, India is everywhere in Davos. As an industrialist pointed out, you can't walk 10 steps in the promenade without seeing an India presence. So tell us about India's plans this year at the World Economic Forum. What's the India pitch going to be?
It's not only the physical presence which you see. It's now India has occupied a very, very sort of high position in the minds of the world because of what we have done. Now India has actually emerged. It has emerged in the minds of the world. India has emerged. And they are looking at India for investment. They are looking, and India is actually a growth story, positive story in a world which has seen a lot of crises.
Correct.
So that is what's happened. You take a number of fields, and India has emerged as the shining star. One, of course, is my field, energy. So we have emerged as a shining star in energy transition. We have the fastest rate of energy transition. In fact, we are the only country whose energy transition actions are consonant with a sub-2-degree rise in global temperature. Whatever we pledged in COP21, we achieved 9 years in advance. We have emerged as the most attractive destination for investment in renewables in the world. And our renewable energy capacity has grown to one of the largest in the world. And our green hydrogen and green ammonia capacity is also going to be one of the largest in the world.
Right.
So, people is talking about energy transition. The world is talking about energy transition. The world is talking about climate action. We've done it. We have done
We've
it.
actually walked the talk when it comes.
Yes, we have
and
done
now
it.
we also have plans for green hydrogen.
And we've, and we are also emerging exporters for, modules. We were huge importers of modules. Now we are exporting modules. Then apart from that, we are emerging as one of the biggest manufacturing centers for green hydrogen and green ammonia. And that again is something which will be at a scale which no other country will be able to match.
Right.
I already have manufacturing plans for 32 million tons of green ammonia. Many of my companies have already tied up orders in Germany, in Japan, etc. Because we are going to make it first. And we are the most competitive because our renewable energy costs are the least.
Right. Mr. Singh, can you also give us an update on the...
And not only this, that's my story. My story is also the other parts. You see, we are the one major economy in which the energy availability did not get compromised, in which the energy prices remained stable. In all other developed countries, energy prices went up by 3 times, 4 times. Right? And there were disruptions, not in our country. We are one country which achieved universal access in the shortest possible time frame. So the energy, we have really done something. And now, also the one sun, one world, one grid. You have different countries now wanting to get connected with us. So UAE has been in discussion with us. They want to get interconnected with our grid. Saudi Arabia wants to get interconnected with our grid. Yeah.
Right. Mr. Singh, can you also give us an update on the electricity amendment bill? When is it likely to be passed?
So it's with the Parliamentary Standing Committee. So hopefully they should be able to complete their hearings. As soon as they complete their hearings, then it will be passed. In the meantime, we passed the Energy Conservation Act Amendment Bill, if you see. And that has put in place a system, the market for carbon credits.
Right.
And the whole world is looking towards that.
Right.
That, the carbon credit market.
Right. Mr. Singh, also the Power Ministry scheme to liquidate dues that distribution companies or generation companies has been working so far. So to what extent...
Not really working, it's working very well.
Yes. So to what
extent... it will work very well. It's not a question of so far, it is permanent. It's there.
Right. So to what extent do you think they will be able to reduce the overdues in FY23 and FY24?
No, already they have reduced the outstandings by almost over 30,000 crores, 35,000 crores. So by the, FY23-24, I think will wipe out the bulk of the outstandings.
Any numbers, sir?
I won't give you a number, but I think we'll be wipe out a large proportion of that.
Right.
Now you see that the Indian power sector is no longer the old power sector. Now the availability of energy has gone up. Now people get power for 23 hours in the villages, and now the system has become viable. We've changed it.
So, a short-term power crisis has been a recurring problem for the last few years. Your ministry moved very fast in the summer to fix this problem. So, are you confident that you will?
No crisis has happened. What has happened is that our demand has grown by 10.6%. In the past 2 months, it grew at 12.5%, and we met that demand. That's what happened.
Final question, sir. The sinking of Joshimath has prompted concerns on basically hydropower projects in the hills. So will the ministry review hydropower projects that are coming up?
No. I'll tell you about Joshimath. Joshimath had a problem. The problem in Joshimath was detected when in 1975. In 1970, a committee was set up in 1976, and that committee reported. It had all the top geologists. That committee reported that this town has come up unplanned on land which is actually a part of a slide, and below it there are rocks which are not solid rocks. They are discrete rocks on gravel, and basically all that drainage and sewage is seeping into the ground because there is no drainage, there is no sewage, and that is loosening the rocks, and therefore you are having cracks. This is 76, mind you. Thereafter, 2010, again a committee was set up. They also said the same thing. 22, another committee was set up. They also said the same thing. The problem is that Joshimath is on the part of a landslide. It is a very old landslide, and the rocks below it are not solid rock. They are individual rocks. That's the problem. So, and the NTPC's project came in 2009. The work started in 2009. The problem is since 1975. The NTPC's project is 15 kilometers away. And between the NTPC's project and this, Joshimath, there are numerous villages. In fact, right above the NTPC's project, there is also a village. Nothing happened there. So, nothing happened to the village near that. Village on top of that project. Nothing happened. Nothing happened to all that villages between that project, 15 kilometers, between that project and Joshimath. You think that it skipped all those villages and attacked Joshimath. The problem with Joshimath is old.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.